Mi cara madre. So, I was standing in the back lot of this place on my way to the fucking store, and I'm making a clip. I'm making a quick clip, and I had like 1 minute left to do. This fucking security guard walks up to me. He's like, "You can't be back here. This is private property." I'm like, "Why, dude? I'm not doing anything malicious. I'm just making a quick video on my way to the store." He says to me, "There's too much going on." It's an empty fucking parking lot. I said to him, "Dude, look, the reality is there's nothing going on and you're just being an asshole. I understand it's your job, but it should really be your job to be a human being and have some common courtesy first before your employment," which most people identify with their employment. They think they are what they do. So that's a consideration I have. Anyways, I wanted to make this video as a personal consideration regarding my feelings about certain things for people that are going to be dealing with me directly, for new people that come in. I've gotten to a point in my personal evolution and my personal training where I have an excessively obsessive fascination with absolutely everything. I mean, I love all music. I love all food. I love all opinions. I love all people. I except for like racist opinions and shit like that, sexist opinions. I'm not hip to those, but I'm not gonna hate them. I'm just gonna blow them off, which is what I advise you to do with things you dislike. But I've gotten to a point where I am open and free enough to love everything, the whole world unconditionally. That is, except for one factor, one value, and that is failure. The one thing that I will dislike or disapprove of, look down on, have a problem with, is failure. And that's because I fear it. It's the one last thing that I still do fear. It's the only fear I have, but that fear, I am absolutely fucking terrified of failure because I have seen what's coming if we do not succeed here. So, I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't a big deal, if it wasn't important. I'm putting my all into this for a reason, people. Anyways, when I see things like, when I see factors like people, speaking down about themselves, looking down on themselves, cowardice, weakness, people being afraid to act, people being, I can't do it, I'm not good enough, I can't do it because somebody else told me not to, or because I was brought up in a certain way. When I see these factors, it pisses me off. And I apologize that I get mean, I get shitty with people sometimes, but I mean, that's the only thing that gets on my nerves, and it really gets on my nerves. When I see people displaying weakness and cowardice and disapproval of themselves and their own abilities, I can see where I'm a spotter. I'm a mastered spotter. I can see where that's leading down the road to failure. And so I fear it. I hate it. In a way, I kind of hate it. I'm sorry to say I hate something, but I hate it. And it just gets me. It breaks me. It's the one blockage I have in my system is I can't put up with this. You guys, all of you, the whole world, we as a culture, we've had a long time to prepare for this to happen. This cycle happens repeatedly over and over again. We've been informed of this. Older communities, older cultures have told us that this cycle happens. We get to this point where the kundalini of the earth is awakening, and then there are blockages in it that cause damage to the system. Natural disasters occur, everyone dies, we have to start over. It happened over and over and over. It's happened several times before on this planet. At this time, we actually have a good shot at getting through it, at maintaining it and surviving. So I cannot put up with those values that lead us down the road to failure. That gets on my fucking nerves, and I sincerely apologize in advance if I ever piss anybody off. And when I speak about things like bigger values, like religion is a catalyst event. We have to deal with that. We need to deal with that. And it's a big fucking deal because it's a part of the illness. When I'm speaking about religion as we know it now, most people, is a cult. I'm sorry to say that. I really hate to have to unnerve people, and I know that a lot of you that are religious or have a religious upbringing, values in your system are going to activate that cognitive dissonance programming, and you're going to feel like you just want to blow me off, shut down, lock me off, disregard everything I say, just say, he's a fucking asshole, forget him, everything he says is bullshit. You're going to have that idea in your head, you're going to feel that way because of that programming. I advise strongly to stop, scratch that, and just consider what I'm saying. Modern, mainstream, popular religion these days, that is Christianity, Catholicism, biblical, scripture-oriented religions, are a cult by definition. That's what they are. They gather people and they program them in a certain way with certain values of a certain understanding. They teach them to disregard, no matter how much older or more sacred or more pronounced any other teachings are, they're taught to completely disregard it if it disagrees with the biblical teaching or what the church is telling them. They worship a human figure, not God, not the living world. They worship a human person. And in fact, that person who may or may not even have been real. And considering, I mean, if Jesus was real, God help me, I'd love him. I think he's an awesome person, and I adhere to his teachings. I believe in them thoroughly. Most other people don't, especially the Christians. But, you know, he may or may not have even been a real person. That story of Jesus has been told with different names at different times in different places throughout history over and over again, which highly suggests that there was a messianic figure at some point that happened, but it's probably not the one you're thinking of. Either that or it just kept happening over and over again. Either way, I don't care. What I do care about is that people are worshiping this person that's no longer here. Now they worship the graven image of a dead man nailed to a cross, which is a false idol, thereby, you know, immediately contradicting their own teachings and what that teacher, that master actually taught them. They worship Jesus as being the one and only messianic figure, the one God figure, and he is God, they say. Yet Jesus told everyone over and over and over again, repeatedly, every fucking day, Jesus told his people, you and I are the same. You can do what I have done. You are God as well. We are all the same, and any one of you can accomplish this. And that's speaking from my perspective. I can feel what he was saying thoroughly, because the truth is that a lot of you out there, you're saying, I can't make it, I can't do it, I don't have the time for it, I don't have the strength, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, whatever the fucking excuse is that you can't get hip and get shit done. You know, you can't accomplish things that you want to accomplish or that you feel is important to accomplish, especially regarding our effort here. I came up from nowhere. I was living for 2 years in a hole under a motherfucking picnic bench with nothing to eat, no money. I had 2 jobs and I still wasn't making enough money to get off the fucking street. I was addicted to alcohol. I was an alcoholic, and that was a side effect. I was trying to treat pain that was from an injury regarding my own personal Kundalini awakening that damaged my body. So I know personally what havoc it can wreak. And that happened over and over again. I was under that picnic table, you know, come hell or high water. I was stuck there and, you know, fighting to survive every single day and busting my ass for almost nothing. Busting my ass to blow most of my money on booze and then fucking sleep under a fucking picnic table. I came up from there and I was hospitalized thereby for the 3rd time with a life-threatening illness that I should have been dead. I was in a fucking coma for a month, on the verge of death, and the living world, the God figure, stepped in and pulled me out and saved my motherfucking ass and saw to it that I made it through the surgery I needed and woke up from that coma. And I came out of that motherfucking hospital. I got one opportunity to move. I took it, I ran with it, and here we are. And I've accomplished so fucking much. And I've become so excellent. I love everything about who I've become, except for those certain factors that I don't like, that I piss people off all the time, and I don't like that I can't kick certain habits. But I mean, I love myself anyway, and I think I'm fucking awesome, and I'm really happy with what I've accomplished. But I need to do more, and I need to do more and more and more, and I need to pick up the slack for everybody else, because you guys think that you can't do it. Whereas a lot of you, you're in a position where it's easy for you to do it. You're not fucking homeless. You're not fighting to survive. You have freedom. Fucking work it. You have a perfect opportunity, and I will back every one of you. Any effort you put forth, I will make absolutely fucking certain it succeeds. And I can see all the values in play. I can direct things months in advance. I know how to do this. So when Jesus says, you too can do what I can do, I have the same fucking consideration here. I understand where he was coming from. Yet, thing is, with religion, as I was saying, worship the graven image of the dead man nailed to a cross. Jesus told you that you are the same as him, yet you disregard that because your church tells you that he's the one and only. And you know, you disregard a lot of his teachings, his personal teachings to his people. The religion throws away. Christianity and Catholicism just throws away and disregards and stands against, acts against, contradicts their own concept of a belief structure to maintain the status quo of their community. That is what a cult is. When you're taught to disregard other teachings, when you are trained to shut down and block out anything that stands, anything that disagrees with what somebody else is telling you, and you're worshiping a person, no less, that's a cult. That is what a cult is. So I apologize. I'm not against it. I don't think it's wrong. It has a lot of great values, but I think it's a mistake because the fact of the matter is that reality is there in your brain, in the back of your mind. Everybody knows that this is bullshit. So again, I can see that leading us to failure, and it is in fact a major catalyst. That's one of the biggest fucking chakras we need to unblock. Bullshit fucking belief structures that program us with cognitive dissonance. So again, I guess this is an apology to anybody that I might piss off in the future, but thank you for watching. I'm sorry if I upset you with this, but I mean, I'm just saying what's real. We got to get real here. We can no longer afford to fantasize and screw about. And I mean that, fantasize as in disregard what's really happening. I don't mean don't have dreams and fantasies. Of course have dreams and fantasies, but you need to fucking open your eyes and see what's really happening. You need to be real. We've had over 2,000 that we know of. We've had thousands of years that we know of, maybe hundreds of thousands of years for all we know, to fucking prepare for this, and we're still just stuck and being stupid. And shut up, birds. Thank you. So, yeah, we gotta wake up, man. That's my beat. That's my problem here, is that I can't put up with the bullshit anymore, personally, and that's my thing. So if you don't like it, then go ahead and disregard it. But don't fucking block off the initiative entirely. Because if we fail, we're all dead. Okay? We have a chance to live, is bottom line. So thank you for watching. Kila Salai, Teriyuni Siar Namaste.